Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. As you know, I made a post on my community to see if you were interested in me talking about this new JYP group, the girl group that I believe it's called NMIXX, or is it the N silent? Maybe it's just mix. But I'm going to call it NMIXX, so maybe if you know, you can actually educate me later in the comment section, please. I'm very confused about this because as I was scrolling from my YouTube page, I was like looking at a lot of YouTubers that I do follow. They were talking about them, so I was like, oh, that's interesting. Um, I don't know much about them. I think that because people had mentioned a few names, I guess they do have like previous experiences or previous content, or maybe these some of the members are more famous than the others. I don't know. I only know that I read for two possible girl groups last year. I read for the JYP girl group and I read for YG. That actually for YG I was like questioning actually because of the cards that I got. I was like, are we sure we're getting a new girl group? Because at least last year I didn't see anything like coming out. But in the case of JYP, now we finally have the girls are here. So yes, let's see the cards that they got. They got the card of the King of Swords, the Four of Coins, that it would be like the Four of Pentacles, then the Three of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands, and the Hermit. And then from the Oracle of Healing Yourself, they got the card of Beauty. So yes, we're starting with the King of Swords. So definitely a lot of male influence here. So probably this is JYP is doing, actually not doing influence. I think that he is like this. If you can see the card in this deck, the King of Swords is represented by this sort of like this creature, this sort of like mythical creature with wings. So I think that the wings represent the air element. So I can sense his energy all over this project, in the sense that he's probably not that like really like getting very involved, but he's like watching over the project, you know, from a distance, but he's like reviewing a lot of elements of the group, a lot of probably also very involved in the in the digital kind of things, communication, promotion, you know, something like that. He's definitely like very interested in making this work. And he's this sort of eagle, you know, he's like flying over these girls to see how much popular they get, you know. Probably he is, and since we are talking about the King of Swords, he wanted with this girl, with this girl group, he wanted to go one step further, you know. I think he wanted to try something new. Probably he wanted to be a bit futuristic as well, or coming out with more innovation in his mind, is what he thinks. And if it's not JYP, it's other male, like other CEO, or but it's definitely a male. He's like taking the final decisions. He's like saying, okay, go or don't. So without his permission, the group wouldn't go anywhere, because he's like watching over them, like, okay, like, let's make this work. And also very possessive. So I don't know if this male actually um, is like, if he bet a lot of money or if he invested a lot of money in this. So he's very interested, like, I'm not going to take my eyes away from this. I think he's interested in the public's perception. Probably he's all the time online. He's watching the communities. He's like watching different forums, different Google search and everything. He wants to see what people are talking about, people's reaction, the good and the bad. I don't think that actually he is affected if he gets bad reviews or criticism. I think that for him, everything is welcome. While you are typing and talking and giving your opinion, for him, it's this sort of attention, so he feels like he's winning. Then we have a lot of pentacles here. We have the Four of Coins, and we have the four, that will be the Four of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles. So yes, a lot of money in here. There's a lot of money, and there's also a great teamwork. You're going to be surprised by these females, actually, because I don't know if they are young, or I watched the MB. I was a bit confused with the transitions of the concepts in the video. Like, we went from starting very dark, then suddenly everything became very bubbly and pink, or a very like dreamy. So I was like a bit like, oh, what's going on here? But yes, the girls seem to have great charisma. So definitely, and they have, from what I can see here, they have a great teamwork. They actually had polished a lot their teamwork. This is why I think, I don't know if I mentioned this in last year's video, but I think that definitely these girls had been training a lot, and probably the times that they were postponed, or actually their comeback was delayed or was a mystery, was because they were working on the small details. I see a lot of, like, having a lot of patience and doing a lot of progress, but in a very stable way. So I think that possibly these girls are have a good dynamic. So you shouldn't judge them quickly, because I think that they can achieve actually a lot. Then we have the Queen of Wands and the Hermit. So the Queen of Wands, I'm like, this could be the female, the very strong and influential female that I saw, that this female was like their trainer or their choreographer. There was, the last time I read for them, I felt like a very strong mentor, female mentor, like a woman that was a mentor for them. So probably this female is still like giving them advices, and um, trying to assist them emotionally, and I also think that this female also feels very overprotective of the girls. Probably since we have the Hermit here, probably she will read a few comments and she will not be happy with the girls getting critics, or people doubting their potential, but it's usual. They are a new group, so there's a lot of mixed opinions, and yes, it takes time. But I think that this female is like, she is like this sort of like a guide, almost like a spiritual guide for the girls, like being like, okay, you shouldn't pay attention to this, like, don't spend too much time reading comments, like, stay away from the internet, like, protect yourself, like, don't expose yourself that much to the public, like, in the sense that keep your eyes focused on the goal, on what we have to, in what we want to achieve, and don't pay attention. It's like isolate yourself from the drama, don't engage with negativity. And I sense that this is very wise, actually. The hermit here is this. I think that it's the right move to make, to take care of these girls and actually to protect them and to preserve their mental health. Or probably they are very like they can be influenced, or they can be like like um affected by words, so I think that it's okay that if while they are in this process of debuting, that they are in this sort of self-preservation mode, like in this sort of solitude. I don't know if it probably, yes, they will have to show up, I guess, to I don't know, competitions or presenting on some shows, but I see a bit of like loneliness here, like them being with themselves and not sharing that much with others, with to the public. And and also I think that, because when I saw the Queen of Wands, I was like, is there someone in this group that is like the one that I don't want to say like the most popular, but is there someone that has like a reputation before, someone that is known actually before, besides being in part of this group? Is there someone that has this sort of fame or popularity besides being in this group? Because I sense that this female she has a very outgoing nature, but I think that probably she could be a bit misunderstood also, because yes, like I mentioned, we have the hermit so here, so there's one of them that needs to be protected from people, like people liking her and supporting her, but then also getting a lot of criticism. So there's one of them that possibly is going to have to be a bit more reserved, because she is represented by this Queen of Wands. So the Queen of Wands, it's a very outgoing and a very like happy nature, very eager to meet people, very eager to connect with people, she's not shy at all and very honest, and I think that since the Hermit is here, is advising her to be a bit more like a low profile, not to get too much attention to herself, like not to make, not to say or do things that people, the audience can misunderstood or can misunderstand, or take the wrong way. It's about susceptibility, and actually I think that these girls will be okay if they maintain, if they stay with themselves, if they don't interact that much, because there's like this need in the public right now to hate something. So probably they will get this negative reaction without actually them not doing anything. But about work and about that they really have been training a lot to be where they are right now, debuting. I think that I can see the effort and the consistency. So definitely these girls will surprise a few people. I think that they will be very stable, more stable than most groups but yes, they have to be cautious. They have to take it slow. Not to expect like great results or probably like a great acceptance. I think that there's a bit of them actually wanting to be accepted, and wanting to be, it's not about being recognized, but it's about being considered, being welcome, being accepted for what you have to bring. But yeah, there's a lot of prejudice in the middle. But they're going to be okay. Actually, they didn't get any cards that indicate fears or anxiety, or actually, I don't know, one of them feeling like weak or insecure. No, they got very, very wise cards. So I don't know what is it about this group that I think that they give me this feeling of that they are even more prepared than actually what people, or at least from what I know, maybe I don't know something about them that is essential about their history, but since for me they are a new group, I'm like, wow, all this stability here and all this, like, very, they have like a level of self-awareness and observation. They are like, okay, we should do this, we should take our time, we should get serious. They have like everything very well planned, and they are very focused and determined. So I think that there's a great level of maturity here. There's a great level of maturity. I think that if this is about them actually, I think that they will be all right. Despite I'm sure they are very young, because all the groups that are debuting nowadays are really young. Their members are really young, but there's something about them like having experience. Like one way or another, it seems like their members have a good head on their shoulders, like they are very stable, or they want to be, they want to work. There's something here about being able to work and show yourself and show what you're good at. Here in this spread, I don't see any card of cups or swords. I don't see like susceptibility or emotional outbursts. No, I see them like very concentrated in working in themselves, working with a lot of willpower, like being very, very consistent with their routines, like also practicing a lot of self-care. So definitely these are very remarkable, and they adapt very well. I don't think that you're going to hear actually from them, like, oh, they don't like each other. I don't think this is that kind of group. They are not dramatic at all. But I definitely sense that there's a female energy here that I was like, oh, maybe this is their a coach or a choreographer. But this could be one of the members that is like someone that has like a reputation, or that was famous before getting into the group, and she's probably like this, like, people want to talk about her, like, and sometimes it seems like they are fixated on her, so she needs to take care of herself, not to get too friendly or too like, too naive, in the sense of thinking that the audience is genuine with her, because actually I think that there are some people that want to see her fail, and this is not about her abilities, it's more about jealousy. And yes, this is why we have the card of the oracle, we have the card of beauty. And I think that these girls actually can get a bit of a backlash, or a bit of actually people not liking them because they are too beautiful, or they exude something that is very beautiful, or that there's something about their beauty, or the way they look, or the way, or their style, that it's beautiful, but somehow it annoys people. So I never thought that beauty could be actually something negative, but in this case it's like, actually in this case it can also be taken as a message for them, like, okay, what you need to do, what they need to do as a group, is to see the beauty in this moment that they are having, in this great opportunity, in this great new beginning. This is their moment to shine, so they have to be able to see the beauty in this process. Don't let people ruin your ability to see how marvelous and how beautiful this whole new chapter is for them. I think that they had been really patient. They had been waiting a lot. They had been working a lot on themselves to be debuting today. So definitely, I think that the card of beauty is like, yes, you possibly can be criticized for being too beautiful or being like perfect, but and it seems like people are like paying too much attention to their looks. So I don't know, because for me actually, um I saw the girls, they are beautiful, but they remind me of other female idols. I don't know how to explain this, but whenever I saw a face, I was like, oh, she reminds me of this one, and this one, and this one. And actually, I think that it has to do with the wardrobe elections, with the wardrobe choices, with the styles, the makeup, the scenario as well. I think that there are a lot of ideas that had already been used in another MVs, and not about the MV, but I think that there are some wardrobes, there are some hairstyles, probably there's something that I think that reminds me of someone else. I don't know why, but nevertheless, they do have beauty. They do have a lot to show. So yes, we are also, as an audience, we are still observing the project. We are still in this very distance mode of, at least I can speak from my experience. That it's not that I don't like them or that I didn't like what they have. It's just that I'm slowly getting closer to what they have to offer. So it takes a while for people, and of course that if they already have fans, it's good for them, and they should. I think that they will not let the fans down. I think that these girls, they are bringing something. They have a good work ethic, and this is very important. So I think that they are going to actually get a lot of fans, because there's something about them that they will be showing the fans that they are more than pretty faces, or that they are very different from what we perceive from the first impressions that we get. So yes, guys, this is all I have for them. I hope that you enjoyed it, and if you know something about them, please share with me in the comment section. I appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Bye.